right, this is a paid request. Someone wanted me to do Tom Petty's Last Dance with Mary Jane and wanted it on acoustic, so that's why I'm doing it on acoustic here. And really cool riff. So let's get started on it. If you'd like to hire me to do any lesson on any song, if it's whether it's a riff or a solo or whatever, just email me at beginnerguitarlesson@yahoo.com. Okay, we're going to start with the chords. Let's learn the chords first, and then we'll learn the strumming pattern and the chucking and all of that. We're going to start off with an A minor chord. To do that, we're going to skip the string closest towards the floor, the E, and the next string, the B, we're going to put a first fret here with our pointer finger. Okay? Then on the next string, the G string, the next string towards the ceiling, we're going to put our ring finger on that on the second fret. And then we're going to take our middle finger, put it on the D string on the second fret as well. Okay, so that's an A minor chord. And you want to wrap your thumb around, especially if you're playing electric and with distortion, because you don't want that to come out. Wrap your thumb around and lightly touch the E so it doesn't come out. And what we're going to do, we're going to strum sort of the middle strings here, not the outside, just kind of the middle ones, and then like that. And then we're going to put down the chord. And you're going to hammer down, and that's where you get that ba-da-bum, because you hear that note there. So you strum the middle ones open, and then quickly you hammer down that A minor. Hear that? So we get that ba-dum. So that's the first thing you do is you strum, and then immediately hammer down on the A minor chord. And then you're going to mute it with that right hand. Come down right after that. So 3 things so far. 1, 2, 3. Now the fourth thing is you're going to just strum it again like that. So that's the fourth thing. So 1, 2, mute is the third thing. The fourth thing is strum it again. So we have the, okay? And then we're going to strum it again up with an upstroke. And then we're going to strum it down again. And then we're going to release here. Now you can either just do a pull off or you can strum it up. And we want to just strum the D, G, B here. Okay? Or if you pull off hard enough, you can get the notes that way. But and then the next thing we're going to do is a G chord. Okay, but let's do what we've done thus far. So we have, or you can strum up on that last one to make it come out. It's a little harder to get the pull-offs to come out on an acoustic than it is an electric. So if you have an electric, it ought to make a better sound if you just pull off. But if you're not hearing it, then you need to strum it that last time. So we have like that. And you need to mute it right after you do that, the D, G, B there, and they're open, D, G, B, and then mute it right after. So, and then after that, we're going to do a G chord, but maybe different than you're used to. Not like this. Okay? We're just going to put our middle finger here on the low E, the string closest towards the ceiling, and then we're automatically going to mute the A string with that same finger. So mute the A, all right? And then with this part of my hand, of my left hand, I'm going to mute the high E string so it does not come out either. So then I have this. Okay, test the strings. Did you hear the low E? Not the A. The D, the G, the B, but not the high E. Okay? So let's go that far. We have the A minor first. And there's where we're at. Right there. So strum down on that G chord. Okay, and then we're going to strum up and then down. And then we're going to do a D chord, but without that middle finger, because we're going to hammer it down in a minute. But first I just want you to put 3rd fret on the B string with your ring finger, and then take your first finger, put it on the G string 2nd fret. Okay? But don't do the high E yet with your middle finger in the 2nd fret. Don't do it yet. Leave it up. Okay? So we get this. And when we strum it, we're just going to strum the D, G, B, E here, not all the strings. Okay? So this is what we have thus far. A minor. Okay, so we land on this D chord, add 9, because we don't have the middle finger, with an upstroke. Okay, again, from the beginning. then mute it right after. Alright, and after you mute it, then strum it down again. And then right after you strum it down, hammer down that middle finger, so, like that. Okay, so let's add that. Let's go back to the beginning again. Hear that? And then up, down. Oh, I'm sorry. Don't go up, down. We're going to mute. Take your left hand, lightly touch all the strings, and go up, down, up, down. Up, down, and then land the A minor, and then strum down. And then an up, down. Oh, I'm sorry, a down, up. And that's it. Then it starts all over. Okay? So from this D, when you do the hammer, and then, let's go from the beginning, kind of tie it all together. All right, so we have. And he does different things, you know, as he's going through it. You know, just do it over and over again. Break it apart piece by piece. Now I want to get in some more before the lesson's over. So we're going to go quickly for the chorus. We're going to have open on the low E, 2nd fret on the A, 2nd fret on the D with the peace fingers. All right, here's the next thing. Ring finger on the high E on 2nd fret. And then I'm going to take my pinky and put it on the B string on the 3rd fret, and I get this chord. And that's the chord when we go, let's dance with Mary Jane. One more, while I'm thinking about it, he's using the capo on the 1st fret, so if it's not in tune, that's why. You need to use the capo on the 1st fret, and then, but I'm not using one, so it's not exactly in the same key. So here's a strumming pattern for that. I go down, down on the lower strings, and then I go down on all of them, and then up, down, down, up, down, up. Do that twice. Then I do an A chord, which is nothing on the low E. Wrap your thumb around and mute it. A's open, and the D, G, B are 2s with a barred 1st finger. So push them all down. The high E should be muted as well, and you get this. Then we go. So here's the whole chorus. Here we go. Now back to the 1st chord. Do that again. And then a G chord, that G chord we learned in the 1st riff, okay? Now quickly I want to show you this part on electric, trying to squeeze in all I can for you. And this is the part that goes, alright, let's do that real quick. Got a minute left. I got to stop at 10. I can't put a video up more than 10 minutes or I won't upload. Alright, we're on fret 5 and 7, and I'm barring the G and the B string right here, and both strings are being barred. Then I play it and bend it, and then I go back to pitch, like that. Then I lift up and I bar on 5th fret G and B. So, and then I go down to the D with the 7th fret, just the 7th fret, just that string. Then back up to this with the bar on 5, and then back up to 7 with the bar. And bend it up, like that. So in slow motion I have, and then go back to the D there. Alright, I gave you all I could there, squeezed in as much as I could for 10 minutes. Hope you enjoy it.